Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, where's Angela when you need her? Tony Danza is just downright rude. On the red carpet, we'll show you the viral moment. Then, travel journalist and fellow Disney expert Brooke McDonald is back, and this time she's getting you ready for May the 4th be with you. And from baby carrots to Kendall's big announcement, we're hearing from you in the mailbag. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day.
You're a tiger.
Give it up for Debbie Gibson, everyone.
We do it our own way.
Yes!
I'm gonna start crying and laughing so hard.
I did not do that.
Melissa.
And we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Jason Show. Hi, everybody. Kicking off a brand new week. Hello. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I'm Jace. Audience, please keep the love going. Hello to my sidekick sister, the one and only Kendall Mark, everybody. How you doing?
Hello, I'm great. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. It's a brand new week. How you doing? Well?
I'm doing great. I feel very relieved that now everybody knows I'm pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
how I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. If you missed it, what? You're pregnant?
He's gay and she's pregnant.
I know,
How does that
seriously.
work?
Yeah. The news is out. If you missed it, you could see the announcement on our Facebook page. But yeah, it's out. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore.
So much better.
I know. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, because we would go to like restaurants or we would be out and about, and I was just constantly, someone would come up and say something, and I'd be like, was I sitting and rubbing my belly?
Yeah.
Like, do I look like a weirdo?
No,
so
not at all.
It's good, and everyone's been so kind and so wonderful, so it's great. Thank you all.
Yes, everyone's been very nice online, and yeah, great. Great to see. We have the second row of our audience today. I'm loving them because, I'm from originally from Michigan City, Indiana, and we have some Gary, Indiana folks in the second row there. Yeah. Gary, Indiana is right near my hometown of Michigan City. I always say that if you look at Lake Michigan, right on the tip of Lake Michigan, there's Gary, there's my hometown if you go like that, and then there's Chicago. So we're basically a suburb of Chicago, right there on the beautiful lakefront, steel mill country. It's also, good. The good people. Those are good people, man. All my uncles worked at the steel mill, and they're just great. Home of the Indiana Dunes State Park is there, my hometown, and of course the Jacksons were raised in Gary, Indiana, too. Yeah, good people in Gary. There used to be a store there. My mom's watching. My mom used to let me skip school with my grandma, and there was a discount store. You guys didn't have them here in the Twin Cities, but they were called Zare. And it was like do you remember Zare? They remember Zare. It was Zayre. Yeah, well, God, I love the second row. I know. But it was like Target. It was a little more Target. It was like a slightly cooler Kmart, and they were awesome. It was just a great 80s era store like that. They were
Great
wonderful.
name.
Zare. It was a good name. But anyway, speaking of Indiana and growing up. So
here we go. I'm excited about this.
I know. I thought of you over the weekend. So I talk about my niece and my nephew quite a bit. My nephew Carter is the one that I talk about, how we have nothing in common, but I love that kid. He hunts. He eats roadkill. He does all this stuff that I don't. He shoots, skeet. What is it called? Skeet shooting? All that stuff. I don't do anything that Carter does, but I love that kid. And then I have two nieces, Ella and Presley. Well, Presley and Carter both went to prom this weekend. And so I got to go. So I said to Colin, I said, let's go. Let me contact the sister-in-law and see if they're going to be doing pictures.
Yeah.
And so I contacted my sister-in-law, Tammy, and she goes, yeah, we're going to be at this park near Zimmerman, Minnesota. We pull up to this park, and I thought it was just going to be my family. I thought it was just going to be I thought it was at this one particular park. No. I thought it was just going to be Tammy and Taylor and the kids. I pulled up, the entire high school was at this park. And I thought, is everybody taking the picture at this park?
Yes.
Son of a biscuit, everybody was at this park. So,
Yes, they are. Yes.
so then all the kids are on this bridge. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if the bridge was built to hold 600 teenagers. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we laughed about that, and it was so great because this isn't making fun of Carter, but Carter's an outdoorsy kid. So seeing him in a tux, that's why I wanted to go. I'm like, I got to see Carter in a tux. Well,
Clean up.
okay, so speaking of Indiana, now the last prom I went to was 1992. And my God, have things changed. So I talked to his mom. I said, oh, look at him in his tux. And she said, tuxes to rent now are $250. And they didn't give the kid shoes. Now,
I've never rented a tux.
I don't know. They gave you shoes in Indiana.
Okay.
We got shoes in Indiana.
Okay.
And yeah, so, and then they did this thing called the Grand March.
Yeah.
Well, we never had that in Indiana. In Indiana, no, at prom, dances in Indiana, they open the door and you just run in, and that's what we did. But here y'all parade.
Oh, yeah, we decorate. There's
No.
a theme every year. Sometimes the walkway is straight. Sometimes there's a curve. Sometimes there's
No.
a loop-de-loop.
And my sister-in-law said we got to go, but my sister-in-law said they charge the parents
Yeah.
like $5 to look at their own kids.
Yeah, they do that.
No.
Yeah, they do that.
I'm
There's like $2.
No, I'm not. No. $10 to look at my kid. I can see him later. Yeah.
It's
No.
a thing. It's a thing. Love it or hate it.
I
It's
know.
a thing.
I love you. I love you, kids. I do. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. $250 and they don't give you shoes.
Imagine if you had to buy a dress. That's
Give
what
the
we all
damn
had to
kid
do.
shoes. Yeah, thank you, second row. Let's get started. He's been a star for more than 40 years since his Emmy-winning role on Family Ties. The great Michael J. Fox sat down with Jane Pauley for CBS Sunday Morning yesterday and talked about his longtime battle with Parkinson's and talked about his new documentary. It's called Still. Michael says the disease is becoming worse every day, but we picked this clip for a reason. I thought this was quite beautiful. He's still finding reasons to stay optimistic. Listen to this.
Michael J. Fox is a serious person, funny, but wise.
There had never been a time in your life that wasn't amazing.
Very good life.
It's perverse to say it, but kind of a charmed life.
That's the point. That's the joke. I recognize how hard this is for people, and I recognize how hard it is for me. But I have a certain set of skills that allow me to deal with this stuff. And then I realized, with gratitude, optimism is sustainable. I mean, if you can find something to be grateful for, then you find something to look forward to, and you carry on.
With gratitude, optimism is sustainable. I just thought that quote, and Jane said it too, I thought that quote was lovely.
We said the same thing.
Yeah,
when we
with
watched
gratitude, optimism is sustainable. What a great guy. Fox says he considers himself lucky to survive the disease for more than 30 years. Sadly, in the interview though, and this is getting a lot of headlines, Michael says he doesn't expect to live till 80. But he said, you don't really die from Parkinson's, you die with Parkinson's because you fall or there's problem. Yeah, and it was just so brave. And let me also acknowledge too, the Michael J. Fox Foundation, Jane said, has raised billions of dollars for Parkinson's research. So bravo to the Fox family on that one. That's great, yeah. So the documentary, everybody, the documentary called Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, hits Apple TV Plus next week. So we'll watch it and review that coming up. Next on the dish, Hollywood invaded D.C. this weekend for the Nerd Prom. That's the nickname for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, you know this, and I think it's one of the reasons you love our show. We don't do politics here, but there was a hilarious moment involving the Property Brothers and their idea to remodel the White House. Look at this.
We've been doing this a long time, and we think we know how to turn the White House into the White Home, and that's by personalizing it. We've commissioned Doug Mills from the New York Times to shoot some tasteful nudes of past presidents that we can display along the walls throughout the space.
I don't think this is gonna fly.
Okay, let's move on to the next idea because you are gonna love it. We take the entire West Wing down to the studs, get rid of all those ugly offices, and create one massive, sleek, modern room. Then we bulldoze the Rose Garden, lose the West Colonnade, and transform the Oval Office into a Dave & Buster's. How fun would that be? Fun.
Huh, interesting.
Your host has ended the meeting.
Nailed it.
That's good. Now, see, we can all laugh at that one. That's fantastic. In the joke, the White House team said they should have stuck with their first choice of designers, Martha Stewart. That's right. Okay, we have a follow-up. We have a very important follow-up. We talked about Zare, the store, a few minutes ago. Turns out, not only were there Zares here in the Twin Cities, the damn store was started here.
You got it right there with the whole Target thing.
Right, Jeff? It was a precursor to Target. Kind of, yeah. Oh, God, it was great.
Sorry, I don't remember them.
Yeah, before you email, please, I know we're going to get Jathan, but no, I get it.
The research team has spoken. We understand. It's from here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was great. Oh, it was just it was great. I don't know why. It was just a great store, good deals.
Did they have slushies if you got lost in the store?
No.
Kmart had those.
No, they didn't. But what we would do is we got done shopping with my grandma and my mom, and then we went to this place called Arnold's that had great hot dogs and like Chicago-style hot dogs and Superman ice cream, which was
Superman ice cream,
I mean,
so
girl,
good.
please. There was a reason I was a puffy kid. I'm just saying, but yeah, I'm just saying, I ate whale. We have a lot more to come. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. The Zare emails are already coming in. We're already getting people that I know. Now we know it started here. I got it. It's always crazy to hear about a celebrity who passed on a big-time role. Well, last night, Joshua Jackson, from Dawson's Creek, was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy and revealed which role he turned down in an Oscar-winning movie. Wait to hear this. It's our Late Night Rewind.
There is a role I didn't get that still haunts me. 1, 2, agree or disagree. Okay, do you care to be brave and tell me the role?
There's actually several of these, but the dumbest thing that I ever passed on was American Beauty.
Oh,
Yeah, that was dumb.
That
was
rough.
really stupid.
Wow, and your reason was?
Young, didn't get it, didn't understand. Probably wasn't for me anyway. It was kind of a perfect movie, but that was one of those that was right there. And I was like, I don't know.
Right.
And then, in retrospect,
Yes. All right.
Yeah, Jackson. That was the Wes Bentley role. I don't know if I could see Joshua Jackson in that. I don't know. Jackson was on with the show with Lizzie Kaplan. The reason being they're out publicizing. They both are in the new Fatal Attraction series on Paramount Plus. Joshua also revealed he kept his skates from the Mighty Ducks, which he filmed here in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So yeah, either people know him from Mighty Ducks or if you're like around my age or younger, you know him from The Creek. Did you watch Dawson's Creek?
Only a little bit. It was just a little before me.
Yeah, you were a little young for The
sorry.
Creek. Yeah, it's all right.
Sorry, Creek people.
It's all right. No, you're young. I'm old. It's fine.
Percy, right?
He was Percy.
I think I like Dawson.
You were a Dawson's
Was
person?
that the blonde guy?
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, you were either Dawson's or you were a Percy girl.
Well, there we go.
That's right. Pacey. What did I say, Percy?
Oh, I think I said Percy.
Who the hell is Percy? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Percy Jackson. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. It's a Monday. Monday.
We're still warming up.
I'm still warming up.
Yeah.
We'll be fine by 10:30. Ready to reclaim her diamond? A former Real Housewife of Beverly Hills continues to tease fans about a potential return to the show. Who am I talking about? Of course, Vanderpump. Lisa sat down with Access Hollywood late last week. Audience loves this idea and was asked about returning to the Beverly Hills. Lisa said, since housewife Garcelle was on the show, her show, Vanderpump Rules, Lisa should probably return the favor and come back to Housewives. It's been several years since Lisa quit the show after a big fight with her former bestie, Kyle Richards, and frenemy Lisa Rinna. Despite the tease, Lisa says she's still really busy with her restaurants. She has her dog rescue business, and of course, Vanderpump Rules, which I do not watch. And if I hear one more person talk about Scandal,
that Scandal, whoever those people are.
I could not care less.
It is
you know
all
why?
over.
You know why? I've said it before on the show. I'll say it again. People act like we are shocked that these goofy people on reality TV are cheating on each other. Isn't that the whole point of the reality show? I mean, the fact that this is a surprise is not a surprise.
This is not 60 Minutes.
This
y'all.
is not. No, it's not a big deal. More dish for you now. Call this rude on the red carpet. Tony Danza. When's the last time I've said this? Tony Danza is making news for all the wrong reasons. And it calls for this. Maybe.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Audience, it's Monday for everybody. It's Monday for Leo in the control room. It's all right. So here's the deal. Here's what we're talking about. Last week, Tony was on the red carpet for opening night of the new Broadway show, New York, New York. And a young reporter got the chance to interview Tony and a Broadway producer. But it didn't go as planned, and obviously Tony didn't take his happy pills this day. Watch.
Hi, Tony. How are you? I'm Rye. How you doing? We're right here. How are you folks doing tonight?
Well, excited.
It's so great, right, to be here at New York, New York?
Absolutely.
Right.
We just saw John
Relax
Chandler.
a little. You're more excited than we are. Take it easy.
It's exciting. It's a great night.
I know. Okay.
So what's your favorite Candor and Ebb moment in musical theater?
I just had it. I was hugging him.
Isn't that something else?
Just had it, yeah.
Now, what's your favorite New York City staple food item? Is it a pizza or hot dog?
You know what? You got to do money. You got to come up with better questions. Come on, let's go. I got to go.
Thank you, Tony.
So that's reporter Rye Myers, who was a really good sport, really professional, because I would have smacked the crap out of him. But anyway, don't touch me. He was. I didn't like the touching. That's what bothered. Anyway, dude kept a really good demeanor despite Danza's bad attitude. Many commenters criticized Tony for just being a jerk. Even singer Michael Bublé commented on the video saying, "I think you're amazing, Rye. I'll have pizza with you. Let's not invite Tony." Now, to be fair, Tony has apologized to the reporter. He called him and said he's sorry, and the reporter accepted. We got to get to TMZ, but as somebody that's been on, I'm a little biased about this, a little sensitive, because when you're on that red carpet, people think it's glamorous, and it's the third ring of hell. It really is. It's not fun. It's not.
It's intense.
The publicists aren't nice to you. The celebrities really don't want to talk to you, and you're just doing your job. And people have criticized too. Why did he ask such a silly question?
That was my question. I was like, why did he ask?
Yeah, and this wasn't pointed to you, but it's a legitimate question. This ain't 60 Minutes. This is the red carpet. You're going to be asked ridiculous questions, and that guy, the reporter, was asking every star that food question because then he was going to put them all together. You know, he was going to ask one question every star. It's just, Tony, I'm glad he apologized. It's not the worst thing people have done, but if you don't want to answer questions, go through the back door and don't do the red carpet. It's really easy. Yeah. Celebrity engagements. Seriously. I get it. If you don't want to answer questions, go through the back door. They'll help you. You're Tony Danza. Celebrity engagements, possible breakups, and more. We're talking about it all with TMZ today. Audience, give it up for Jacob. It's Brad.
I'm back. It's me, Jason.
Wait a minute. The hell are you doing there? No, I'm just joking.
I'm back.
My teleprompter said Jacob. See, I need to just look down. Anyway, hi, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Monday.
I know, it is a Monday. Hey, first up, rumors are swirling about a potential romance between two young Hollywood stars, Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. What's from Top Gun? What's the latest?
Yeah, and if you know Sydney Sweeney, she's one of the big stars of Euphoria, too. So there's a lot of people talking because both Sydney and Glenn, they're on a project together right now, and they have posted a lot of videos and photos together, having fun on set. A lot of people thought, okay, maybe they're flirting. So the news last week is Glenn's girlfriend actually broke up with him, and a lot of people think, okay, maybe Glenn and Sydney or something. But Sydney has a fiance, and we actually saw photos of her and her fiance out over the weekend. So it appears that everything is okay with her and her fiance, despite the fact that Glenn's relationship has ended in the last week after all these new photos and flirty videos came out.
Brad, something smells real fishy up in here.
I think so too, Jason. But look, they're showing at least a united front for now. They were out in New York over the weekend. We'll see if that changes.
Next, Miley Cyrus's mom is getting hitched to a former TV star. Who is it?
She is. So Tish Cyrus over the weekend announced that she's engaged to Dominic Purcell. He was one of the stars of Prison Break many years ago. We know the two of them have been dating. I believe it's been a couple years now. And she and Billy Ray, they've been on the outs for several years. It was about a year ago when she officially filed for divorce. But that has been a rocky marriage over the last few years. So she seems super excited. We know that Miley really likes Dominic as well. She's been hanging out with Mom and him. So good news for the Cyrus family there.
Absolutely. Finally, one movie passed that all-important $1 billion mark. What movie was it?
Just insane. The Super Mario Brothers movie has officially hit the $1 billion mark. Whether you've seen it or not, it's hugely popular. It's earned about $450 million here in the U.S., more than $500 million internationally, so it has gone over the $1 billion mark. But just an incredible amount of money. It joins films like Avatar and Top Gun to be in that $1 billion realm since 2020, now that not a whole lot of people are going to the movies anymore. It's a pretty big feat.
Show me sequel. Yeah.
No kidding. I bet they're in the writer's room now.
Good to see you, Brad. Have a good week, my friend.
You too. See you, Jason.
More on these stories at TMZ.com.
Can we talk about it?
I know, Glenn Powell, I know you're upset. Yeah.
Yes.
You want them to be together.
Not necessarily, to be clear, but I'm just saying they're filming a rom-com, and they've been seen out and about by different people who have taken photos of them way offset, kind of, and it looks very googly-eyed. It looks like they have something going on. His girlfriend breaks up with him, and Sydney Sweeney and her fiance are never seen in public, and suddenly they're on like a little publicity, let's go out on a date night tour.
Yeah.
I think it's juicy!
Yeah. Next up, if you ever get the chance to meet actor and comedian Bill Hader, you probably shouldn't bring up one of his roles. Which one? This one. That is BB-8, the droid from Star Wars. If you guys didn't know, Bill was a voice consultant for BB-8 in the sequel trilogy, in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. Bill Hader used to sign his name on Star Wars merchandise, but he says he doesn't do it anymore. Why? He says one guy kept his child up until 3 in the morning to get Bill to sign some Star Wars merch. And he overheard the guy saying he was planning to sell it online. Since then, he says no more. Yeah, I don't blame Bill. A lot of stars don't sign stuff anymore because of the again, this is why we can't have nice things, because the non-fans sell their autographs on eBay and these collector conventions. So, the bad apple ruins it for us all. But did you know that Bill Hader did BB-8?
No, until I read this story that you guys were talking about today, I was like, I had no idea. I had no idea that was anything to do with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a machine going. I don't know how
well, like Howie Mandel. Did you know Howie Mandel is the voice of Gizmo from Gremlins?
What?
Yeah, that's Howie Mandel.
Who's Baby Yoda?
Well, he just squeaks. I don't know who he does. I don't know.
Who is it? Somebody makes that noise.
He doesn't talk yet. Anyway,
Okay.
We have a lot more to come. Speaking of Baby Yoda, well, you'll see. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Coming up, you loved her debut on our show, and now she's back. Travel journalist and fellow Disney friend Brooke McDonald will join me live to get you ready for Star Wars Day. Then she has great tips on traveling with little Jedi. And questions, comments, suggestions. We have it all in the mailbag. That and more when we come back. Holy crap, we're in light speed. Look at that. Welcome back. It's the day Star Wars fans have been waiting for, and it's all inspired by one of the most famous lines in movie history.
Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you. Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
Yes. May the Force be with you until I chop off your legs and arms later in this movie. We all know the iconic line, "May the Force be with you." May the Force be with you. I told you it's Monday. This Thursday is May the 4th, also known now as Star Wars Day, and it's a day to celebrate one of the most loved movie franchises in Hollywood history. One person to celebrate real big, and I mean real big, is my buddy, writer and travel blogger and Disney expert. Audience, give it up for Brooke McDonald, everyone. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good to see you. Okay, now, audience, I'm jokingly mad at Brooke because Brooke was on our show about a month or two ago. Everyone loved her, and Brooke and I have been to Disney. But every time we go to Disney, we miss each other by 7 hours, Brooke? 7
We are
hours.
ships in the night permanently. We have to remedy this.
I'm telling you. Okay, let's start with this. I think we have a picture. This is so darn cute. Brooke took her boys yesterday to the 40th anniversary edition of The Return of the Jedi, the third in the original trilogy. How was it, Brooke, seeing it on the big screen?
Oh my gosh, it was so wonderful. I mean, obviously we've seen the film many, many times at home, but this was my first opportunity, their first opportunity to see it in the theater. And the theater was full of fans, cheering when Boba Fett would come on the screen, or just, any of these classic moments. And it was so much fun. I hope that they continue to do this. And I mean, not just Star Wars too, but bringing back classic films to the theater it's such a special opportunity to get back in there and see it in that venue.
Brooke, I know your boys love Star Wars. You kind of answered it, and I was reading your post. As many times as they've seen Jedi, did they react differently when they're seeing it in the theater with the sound and the giant screen? Did they react differently?
They really did. And, my 9-year-old actually really sobbed. He cried. At the end, no spoilers, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've all seen it by this point. But, we've spent so much time as a family watching the animated series, The Clone Wars, which establishes such a deep backstory for Anakin. And it just gives you so much more of a picture of his journey. So his redemption I think it really just resonated in that venue for my son so much that he wept. It was really a cool, moving moment for us and a new memory.
Yeah. Brooke is going to Walt Disney World for May the 4th. And Brooke isn't just, let me tell you, some people just celebrate Star Wars Day. Brooke, tell them what you're doing.
So I self-professed Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser superfan. It is the quote-unquote Star Wars hotel. It's not a hotel. It's a 2-night experience. But it's at Walt Disney World. We have been twice as a family, but this time I'm actually going it's a May the 3rd voyage that obviously covers May the 4th, and it will be absolutely packed with Star Wars superfans. And I am staying, something I never thought I would do in my whole life, at my adult age, is I am staying in a room in the Grand Captain's suite with 7 other adults. So I'm literally bunking with 7 other adults. Some of them I haven't met, but friends of friends, and we're just doing it.
I have a question. Brooke was on here. Look, go on our YouTube page and you'll see Brooke's first segment. I have a question for even my husband, Brooke. Because as Brooke said, it's nicknamed the hotel. It isn't. It's a very interactive, immersive experience. If you are a person, Brooke, that maybe isn't into role playing and the immersiveness, do you still think there's a chance people will still enjoy the Galactic Star Cruiser? Because my husband has his doubts, and I think he represents maybe a portion of people watching right now.
I love that question because the feedback, and this has been open for more than a year now. It opened March 1st of last year. And so many introverts have come away from the experience and said that they had just as wonderful a time as people who really roll up their sleeves and show up in full costume and are there to play. And you can engage as much or as little as you want. You can just kind of be in the background and take it all in. The cast members, the performers, are really good at kind of keeping tabs on everyone who's around and sort of tapping into a guest's level of interest in engaging and playing, and sometimes find, really, really special ways of bringing those people into the story who might be a little bit more timid. I had someone reach out to me after he completed his voyage, and he said, I'm an introvert and I really didn't think that I could do something like this. And not only did I do it, but I loved it and I'm really proud of myself. So people have had these really moving experiences where they kind of learn something about themselves, I think, and their ability to do things that maybe they didn't think they could do.
Stepping out of your comfort zone via Star Wars. I love it. Brooke isn't done. She's sticking around after the break. She just got back from London. You'll find out why. Plus, she is so good with traveling tips with kids. Her tips for all parents planning a summer getaway when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. Welcome back. We're glad you're here. Back more with our friend Brooke McDonald. We're going to get to some traveling tips if you're traveling with children during the summer travel season in just a little bit. But Brooke just got back from London for Star Wars Celebration, which, if you're not like Brooke and I and you're not Jedi nerds like we are, it is basically the big Star Wars convention that they have. Brooke, there's so many highlights. People can look at your gram for all of them. Which one stands out to you?
Gosh, well, it is a really exciting time to be a Star Wars fan. There is between the Disney, what's been going on Disney Plus with so many live action series, The Mandalorian, Andor. That's been such an exciting time, and we had some really big announcements and updates about upcoming live action series and films. So they did announce that we are getting more Star Wars movies. We'll be getting 3 more new films in the future, but coming up more quickly. We have Ahsoka coming out soon this year. We got a sneak peek at a new show, a new series, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which stars Jude Law, who we got to see from the footage that he will be playing a Jedi, and it's going to be Jude Law with a band of children. I think there are about 4 of them, and it is kind of their journey. So I just think it's been a really great time to also be able to, again, experience Star Wars as a family in the way that, families started to when the original trilogy came out. This most recent season of Mandalorian was quite intense, but also had so many wonderful, heartwarming and sweet and fun moments with Grogu and my kids. We enjoyed watching that together. So that's been really fun. For parents of young kids, actually, on May the 4th, a new series called Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures is debuting. There's some shorts kind of teasing it already out on YouTube, but I think it's just another new opportunity to bring Star Wars fans of all ages kind of together. And we found out for Parks fans that the kids on the show will be going and visiting Batuu in one of the episodes, so that'll be a really fun crossover with the parks. Just a lot of big announcements for entertainment
coming this way. Speaking of the boys, one of the great things when you follow Brooke, she's such a good mom, and the boys are great features in her gram and her socials. So I thought we thought it would be a good idea for Brooke to share some knowledge, because a lot of y'all will be traveling with your kids this summer. Let's talk about packing tips. Let's start there. General packing tips. Your best lessons, Brooke.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm a relative newcomer to packing cubes. But packing cubes are the best things in the world. Love them so much. Separate each kid, each member of the family, stick it straight into a drawer when we get there, and stay organized. So I always do that. I always say, and we talk about this all the time, Jason, Especially in the summer, it will rain every single day of the summer in Florida. If it doesn't, you'll get lucky. And you know, I was wrong that day, but generally throughout the summer, it rains every single day. So waterproof shoes, if you like to wear sneakers, bring a backup waterproof option, umbrellas. We don't usually bring rain jackets in the summer because it is so hot that we just kind of have an umbrella, and the rain comes and goes so fast in the summer. Typically there are these summer afternoon storms, but I would also say remember that kind of from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. typically don't have big plans for doing things outdoors because that's usually when those storms hit. And I guess that's kind of a plan, that's kind of a tip for your park strategy as well, because the outdoor attractions, coasters, certain thing, test track, some of those things at Walt Disney World go down in the rain and the storms. So during the summer, it's a good idea to try to get in your top priority outdoor attractions early, just in case the weather, comes to give you some trouble later.
I want to spend the last, we have to go? We have time. The last 45 seconds, or whether it's Walt Disney World or an amusement park near your house, handling meltdowns. You get the last 45 seconds, your best tip on handling meltdowns.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? It's always okay to just pull the ripcord and do something else, go and you know what? Well, first of all, don't just avoid hangry attacks. Never push yourself so far that everybody is just too hungry, because that for me is when it always happens. It's usually like right before lunchtime at Magic Kingdom in the hottest, most crowded part of the day when we're most inclined to have meltdowns. But I just say, you know what? Hit the parks hard in the morning. That's when you're gonna get the lightest crowds. Plan a pool break, go back to the hotel, chill out, or have a table service, air-conditioned meal where everybody can calm down and take a break. It's just having a plan for taking a break during the day at some point.
And Brooke, I will end it with this. That is applicable for a 9-year-old boy or a 30-some-year-old husband. Never get him hangry. Never get him hangry. Brooke, thank you. We'll see you soon.
I hope so. Yeah, it's great to see you, Jason. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Check out all of Brooke's travel articles and content. Look for her on Instagram or any social, Brooke G. McDonald. She's great at Disney, but also just general traveling tips as well. And she'll be back on her show soon. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back. Don't forget to get tickets to our show. Go to eventbrite.com and search for The Jason Show. Well, it's Monday, and you know what happens every Monday. We take time to respond to your comments, your questions, your light criticism. It's time to open up the Jason Show mailbag. Activate it, Leo.
You've got mail.
There we go. First up, we got an overwhelming reaction, as you can imagine, to Kendall's big news on Friday. If you missed it, she announced that she's pregnant. Yeah, that's right.
Bun in the oven.
That's right. We also clarified it is not mine, right? Kendall, we did clarify that.
Very clear.
We just wanted to make that very clear, right? Kendall is very clear. We're very excited for you. Nancy in Spanaway, Washington says, Jason, you treated her like a big brother, razzing her with the Kendall pose. I think Kendall should do a baby cravings segment each month and see if Jason's into the baby cravings.
Ooh.
Yeah. Have you Have you had any yet?
No. The funny thing is, I just want all the things I want all the time anyway. So,
I'm
like, oh, donuts? Well, I want those every day.
Yeah, just a craving.
Weird.
Next, Stacy says, do you know what struck me when I watched Kendall's announcement? Jason's delight and Kendall's happiness. It's truly special. And it's completely fake. No, I'm just joking. And Kendall and Leonard commented on Kendall not finding out the sex of her baby until birth. He says, have you guys thought of having people vote somehow if they think it's going to be a boy or girl? I think that she's going to have a girl. Yeah. My mom waited too. I forgot what my mom said. My mom is she is steadfast in her belief.
I think she said a girl too.
I think she did say a girl too, yeah. Many of you loved the segment we did last week about things that people realized very late in life. And mine was the fact that I didn't realize that baby carrots were just part of bigger carrots and that they weren't. and they weren't born as baby carrots. I thought they just had little bitty
matured
baby
into adulthood
baby
someday.
carrot farms.
Yeah.
Amy says, Jason, I had no idea that baby carrots weren't the babies of large carrots. You are not alone on that one. Yeah.
Have y'all ever put a seed in the ground? Like, you know what that looks like, right? Like the carrots don't get put in there together and they're like, make a baby. Like, no, you put the seed in.
I just thought.
It's not like
I don't know what I thought. I honestly thought baby carrots were bred as baby carrots. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's move on. Sherilyn says, I worked with someone who thought the Dalai Lama was a llama named Dolly. Suddenly, I feel much better about my baby carrot thing. Yeah.
I feel better about it for you, too.
Yeah. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. We always love to hear people who watch or discover our show while recovering from an injury, or they discover our show while in a waiting room. We joke, in the staff, we have this joke that we're the official show of medical leaves and waiting rooms. Rhonda sent us a message to say, I'm watching you while prepping for my colonoscopy. See? See?
She got a TV in her bathroom.
That is a first. That is a first.
Hi, girl.
Betty has a question that I've never received before. She says, Jason, I heard you talk about getting drinks on the Vegas Strip. So tell us, what is your favorite Kettle One flavor?
What?
Betty, Kettle One is the vodka that I always reference. There are many different flavors like cucumber, vanilla. Jason likes the good old-fashioned original recipe. I don't need extra crispy. Just give me the original. Fun fact, I don't like flavored stuff like that.
No.
I don't like artificial flavor. No.
Like that with soda and a lime.
And a lime, yeah. Finally, one of our viewers in Washington sent this question. Her name is Karen. Hi, Karen asks, is that you at the Mariners baseball game in Philadelphia? You were sitting at home plate today. I enjoy your show. Karen, I would love to be in Seattle, but I can tell you I was not at the Mariners game.
That was in Philly. In Philly, she
was
said?
it in Philly? Oh,
Yeah,
in Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia.
Oh, I was not in Philadelphia. I was not. I wish I was. Yeah. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search for Jason Show TV. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Oh, yes. Welcome back. It is now time for the world's shortest segment. According to singer Shawn Mendes, 2023 is the year of the crop top for men. In a TikTok video, Shawn says, I think crop tops are super beautiful. He says men shouldn't be afraid to embrace the belly-bearing look. Shawn wore a crop top for a recent Tommy Hilfiger campaign. Well, that's good. He can look at him. But anyway, of course, not all dudes have the body of Shawn Mendes. I will tell you that photographer Eric will be wearing a crop top tomorrow on our show. That's right, yeah.
Tune in.
Tune in. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Wait till you see what we have here. Thanks to... Okay, really quick, we are going to do the surprise goodbye. We had one surprise goodbye, but it's different, okay? Let's roll it. Look, here we go. Okay, remember that woman who thought I was at a baseball game in Philadelphia? Well, our editor, Rob King, found the video. What? So let's look at this.
Oh my gosh, circled up there.
Circle.
Over the
Oh my God, okay. It does look like me, actually. Well, two things. First, if you're that man, call the show. Number two, I wish I had those seats. And number three, that guy has a really nice beard. I like it, yeah. But no, that is not me. I was not there, but yeah.
It is giving Jason vibes.
It is giving Jason vibes, but no, that was not me. Thank you, Fernando. Rob King found that. Tomorrow, our latest best of the Before the Show, things no one has seen from our hilarious pre-show meetings. Can I say what this one's going to be, the theme? It is you're going to see the moment we found out that Kendall was pregnant. The staff, that's right.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago, yeah. That's going to do it for us. Right now, if you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Fernando.